Hey, what up, YouTube? This is the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan. Let's get right
Hey, what's up,
into it.
YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. We're here to talk about Julius Randle and how excited he is to play with Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. I'm excited too. Let's talk about it. Hey, like I said, welcome back to the Knicks Cave, and I'm really excited. Matter of fact, I'm almost as excited as Julius Randle, and he's going to be on the court with Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. But I am excited because teams won't be able to double team Julius Randle no more. Matter of fact, it's going to be a totally different Knicks squad, and the team that we have, I know, it's funny because some of these so-called experts don't even have us making the playoffs, which I found very disturbing. But that's okay because they didn't have us making the playoffs last year. And then with the acquisition of Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, not to mention our all-star rookies McBride and Quentin Grimes, and throwing that big enigma Jericho Sims, I don't see how. You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what it really is. People been hating on the Knicks so long that they don't want to give the Knicks no props, no credit, no nothing. Some of y'all might agree with me, some of y'all might not. But seriously, pick up your remote control and just go watch ESPN, go to First Take, go to Skip Bayless. Whenever they talk about the Knicks, now I'm not gonna lie, and much as I really don't like Stephen A, and lately, I used to be a fan of Stephen A, but then you get to see who a person really is over the years, especially like when they get that money, they get that power, it really do changes people. But Stephen A, I'm not gonna lie to you, he been bigging up the Knicks, and he has some good things to say about the Knicks. It's this guy Max Kellerman. I don't want to really talk about Max Kellerman, but be honest with you, I knew of him when I was back in the days when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? We kind of ran in the same circle. I know a few people that know him. Matter of fact, we was in rooms together doing certain. That's another subject. Just leave the disclaimer. But anyway, I just don't like the way that these so-called experts be talking about my New York Knickerbockers. And with all the acquisitions that we made, even though we re-signed players, I think the Knicks are a better team. And like I said in one of my videos, I think we can get back to number 4 seed, to be honest with you. And I have the Knicks rated as the number 4th team in the East. I don't know, people might talk about Chicago, and everybody gonna say, what about Atlanta? But I'm gonna be honest, I think Atlanta was a fluke. And Trae Young is a good player, and I just think that whole season for them was a fluke. Just how people feel about the New York Knicks, that's how I feel about Atlanta Hawks. But let's get right back into Julius Randle and what I think he can do this year. I think this year he can make the All-Star, and it won't have to be no pen in late, filling in for anybody. He shouldn't have done that last year. But what Kemba Walker brings to this team right now is going to really give Julius Randle room to grow and really show us what he really got. I guess the Knicks are banking on Julius Randle being our superstar, because 117 million is nothing to laugh at. But either way, I'm just thinking, I really do like this team. Evan Fournier, he's not a better defender than Reggie Bullock, but he's not terrible, but he is a better player. That's the thing about, he can score, he knows when to pass, and he can create his own shot, and he really loves to shoot. Not to mention Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, it just came from the Celtics, so they already got a feeling of each other game and what they like to do. Now imagine when you put them with RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. It's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be really exciting this year, especially with Julius Randle. Randle averages 24.1 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. He shoots 45% from the field, 41% from downtown, and 81% from free throws. And last year, our biggest knock on Randle was his turnovers. With Kemba Walker here, we ain't gonna have to worry about that, because I don't really see him forcing shots. I don't see him coming down the lane, doing that spinning right into the defense. I see him coming down the lane, waiting for Kemba to give him a pass, set him up with something nice. And when the double team roll to Kemba, you have either Evan Fournier in the corner or RJ Barrett doing what he really does best, especially when in college, just slashing to the basket. Even though, let me go right to his stats. RJ Barrett, he's averaging 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and he's shooting 44% from the field. But what I do like and what he have improved on that he's shooting 40% from downtown. So I know he's not going to be just a slasher, but what I'm saying to you, what he really excelled at in college was slashing to the rim or driving to the rim and dishing it off, either to Zion or Cam, man, over in Atlanta. But y'all seen him back in Duke, and I really think that these two players, I'm being honest, these two players, not that I'm gonna get down to the whole thing, but these two players gonna change the Knicks' whole outlook. And people, we open the season up against Boston. The NBA have a way of just starting shit. Let's be honest, they like drama. NBA love drama. That sell tickets, you know what I'm saying? That sell tickets. But Kemba Walker, what he averaged last year was 19.3 points, 4 rebounds, 4.9 assists. He shot 42% from the field and 36% from downtown and 89% from the free throw. And all of this while he was battling knee injuries. So I think Kemba's coming in fresh. And being that Kemba wanted to play here forever, even though, when he was in high school, he was in Rice up in Harlem. He came to UConn, came back and played in the Garden. But now he home. He really home. He's playing for his hometown. That alone is going to put him where he want to be. And I don't really think people have written Kemba off, but you see it in some narrative. So maybe that'll give him a boost. And Evan Fournier, I listened to, matter of fact, when they was giving the introduction, and he was talking to a reporter, he said, a lot of, reporters never report, when he talked about playing for the Knicks, mainly a lot of reporters here in the States never asked him, but he said when he was in France, that's something he always told the reporters, that he would love to play in New York, play at the Garden, and he would love to play for the New York Knicks. So the best thing about these two signings, that we got players that want to be here and not just want to check. Sometimes players come in, they say, what, that's a lot of money the Knicks give us. I'm going to take it and I'm out. Ain't nobody coming to help me. I'm snatching that money and I'm out. And then sometime, some way down the line, we want them trading. They got a big fat check. But nah, these two players want to be here. R.J. Barrett wanted to be here. I can remember before R.J. Barrett got drafted. And they was all in the locker room. Duke was just after the game. And the reporter came and asked Zion Williams, are you ready to go to New York? And Zion Williams said, I don't know. And he asked R.J. Barrett, I'm ready. R.J. Barrett was like, no hesitation in the answer when the reporter came. He just was like, I'm ready. And that's what we need, players that want to be here. And I think, like I told y'all before, whenever the season starts, I always think championship. I don't care who the hell is on the New York who's on the New York Knicks, because you never know. I'm being honest, you never know. I watched this movie one time. It's called The Little Giants. I don't know if anyone of y'all ever seen it. And they were up against the best football team in their little summer league. And their coach told me, like, it only takes one time. You know what I'm saying? You might not ever beat that team ever again in life. Like your big brother, your father, whoever. You might not ever beat that person ever. But it don't take one time. And you never know what the season can happen. You know what I'm saying? Look, Milwaukee Bucks are New York champions. Is the NBA champions. And nobody had them pegged. Everybody had either Brooklyn, the Lakers. They ain't had no Golden State, but it was basically up against the Lakers and Clippers and Brooklyn. Them the teams they was talking about. Maybe Boston and 76ers sprinkled in that. And look who won. So you never know who's going to win the championship. And with the guys that we got, and then not to mention our rookies. I mean, these guys are going to come in right now being players that's going to contribute. They're not going to sit. They're going to contribute. And we already seen what Miles McBride can do. Quentin Grimes can do. Then we got Derrick Rose, like Manny quickly. So I can see why Julius Randle was really excited. I'm excited. I'm hoping that y'all are excited. And let's get it going. Let's get it popping. New York Knicks, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I want y'all to stay healthy, stay safe. God bless and peace.